Top 7 onion farming secrets that will shock you. The hidden onion farming truth that will transform your income. These are the shocking secrets of elite onion farming. Secret number 6, the harvest timing bombshell. Why everyone harvests too early. The sixth shocking secret that costs farmers 20 to 35% of potential yield and income is the widespread universal practice of harvesting onions too early based on visible leaf yellowing and toppling, when in reality, visible leaf sensing occurs weeks before bulbs reach physiological maturity and minimum weight. Farmers see leaves falling over and assume harvest is ready, when their bulbs are actually only 20% of final potential size, still actively enlarging underground. The shocking truth that elite farmers discovered is that onion leaves naturally yellow and topple due to plants' biology transitioning towards dormancy. But this visible signal is completely unreliable for harvest timing because it can occur 2 to 4 weeks before bulbs actually stop growing and reach maximum dry matter accumulation. Farmers harvesting at leaf toppling are leaving 3 to 8 tons per acre in the ground as ungained potential growth, representing 500,000 to 1 million shillings they worked all season to produce but then failed to harvest because they quit too early. Therefore, understanding onion maturation reveals why leaf appearance is such a misleading harvest indicator. Onion leaf yellowing and toppling is triggered by internal hormonal changes and sometimes environmental stress like water limitation or nutrient depletion, creating the visual appearance of maturity, while bulbs underground are still actively accumulating dry matter and enlarging. The shocking revelation is that bulbs can continue sizing for 2 to 4 weeks after leaf toppling, increasing final weight by 20 to 40% during this final growth window. A 40-ton potential harvested at leaf toppling yields only 30 tons, but waiting the additional 2 to 3 weeks until true physiological maturity delivers the full 40 tons. The problem is that this final growth occurs invisibly underground, where farmers can't observe it. So they assume nothing is happening and harvest prematurely, leaving enormous potential yield unrealized. The devastating financial impact of premature harvests compounds across multiple dimensions. Direct yield loss from incomplete bulb sizing typically reduces harvest by 6 to 10 tons per acre, representing 120,000 to 200,000 shillings foregone. Prematurely harvested bulbs have incomplete scale development, making them susceptible to rot and reducing storage life. You might harvest 30 tons but lose 8 tons to post-harvest rot because bulbs were not mature, netting only 2 tons of the marketable product versus 36 tons you would have netted from properly timed harvests. Immature bulbs have higher moisture content and lower dry matter, producing soft texture that markets discount by 10 to 20% compared to properly mature farm bulbs. When you compound yield loss, storage loss, and quality discounts, premature harvest typically cost farmers 250,000 to 500,000 shillings per acre, a devastating penalty for simply not waiting an additional 2 to 3 weeks. The correction requires ignoring leaf appearance and using reliable scientific harvest indicators that accurately reflect true bulb maturity. The definitive harvest timing protocol elite farmers follow. First, ignore leaf yellowing and toppling as harvest indicators. These may signal approaching maturity but not actual readiness. Second, wait until 70 to 80% of the plants show toppled leaves. Then mark your calendar and wait an additional 2 to 3 weeks. Third, during this waiting period, periodically check bulb characteristics. Lift a few sample bulbs and examine scales. Mature bulbs have developed 3 to 4 peppery dry protective scales. Immature bulbs have fewer scales or scales that are still fleshy rather than fully peppery. Fourth, check neck thickness. Mature bulbs have thin, dried necks. Immature bulbs thick, green necks. Fifth, check bulbs' firmness. Mature bulbs feel firm and solid when squeezed gently. Immature bulbs feel softer and more compressible. When 70 to 80% of your sample bulbs show all maturity indications, multiple peppery scales, thin dry necks, firm textures, your crop is truly mature and ready for harvest. Implementation of proper harvesting timing requires patience and discipline, overriding the instinct of harvest because leaves are drawn or because I need money now. When bulbs aren't actually mature, farmers watching their leaf droppled onion field for 2 to 3 weeks feel anxious that they are wasting time. But in reality, those weeks are the most profitable weeks of the entire season as bulbs add 20 to 40% final weight. The mindset shift required is viewing harvest timing not as when can I harvest, but rather when have bulbs reached absolute maximum weight and quality justifying harvest. This subtle mental reframing leads to patient waiting that delivers extraordinary returns. After determining maturity, conduct harvest during dry weather, ideally after 3 to 4 days without rain, allowing soil to dry for easy bulb lifting. Use appropriate tools, spading forks or mechanical undercutters, to lift bulbs without damaging them. After lifting, leave bulbs in field for 1 to 3 days for field curing, where sun exposure dries neck and outer scales. But don't leave longer, or you risk sun-scald damage. After field curing, transport to storage or storage area and conduct secondary curing, spreading bulbs in single layers in well-ventilated shaded area, with fans if possible, maintaining 30 to 35-degree temperatures for 2 to 3 weeks until necks are completely dry and peppery. Only after complete curing, top bulbs, removing dried necks, grade for size and quality, and pack for storage or sale. Troubleshooting harvest timing challenges requires overcoming impatience and market pressure. If buyers are offering good prices and pressuring you to harvest early, calculate whether the price premium for early harvest exceeds the yield you are sacrificing. Usually, it doesn't unless premium is 30 to 40% more above normal, which is rare. If leaves topple but sample bulbs still show thick green neck and incomplete scale development, extend your waiting period another 7 to 10 days, then recheck. If bulbs show rot during post-harvest stage, you either harvested during wet conditions, introducing contamination, damaged bulbs during rough handling, or failed to cure adequately. Harvest only during dry weather, handle gently, and cure thoroughly. The most shocking revelation about harvest timing is that it inverts conventional wisdom. Instead of harvest when leaves fall, the truth is ignore falling leaves and harvest when bulbs are truly mature. And this simple change in timing often delivers 500,000 to 1 million shillings additional income per acre from patience alone. Top 7 onion farming secrets that will shock you. Secret number 7, the storage fortune, why post-harvest management determines your profit. Click the link in the description below to watch this very inspiring revolutionary secret. Thank you for watching.